Okay, so today we'll be opening up this used Amsoil oil filter, number EAO11. And I got this used Amsoil oil filter from a very generous viewer whose name is Chuck from Brownsville, Pennsylvania. Thanks, Chuck. This oil filter was in service for 2 years, 7,107 miles, and came off of Chuck's 2017 Super Duty Ford F-250 pickup truck. Yep, the one with the 6.2 liter V8 engine. He was using 5W30 Amsoil Signature Series oil during this period. So let's get started. You gotta glue the silicone, be nice and tight. Get your inner here, filtration. Okay, before we open this filter up, let's take a quick look at it. The date code, this is a long one, P09 1722 40906. It looks like a 911. I'll try to decipher that because I'm not sure what that is, but it says product of Mexico. And this is a sticker. And this filter has 6 inlet holes, metal core louvers, bypass valve with the dome end, 4 grooves there for threads, 3 or 4 grooves there, and I'm not sure if this is ethylene acrylic gasket. It could be. I'll put the thickness of this gasket up on the screen. And before I open this up, I also want to mention that Chuck also included this Fram endurance oil filter, FE2, which is equivalent to this Amsoil filter. And we're going to see if they're made the same way, which they probably are. Okay, so let's open up this filter. Okay, a little bit of oil, not much. Drain out a little bit. I'm gonna let this sit like that. Well, I'll let it sit like this for a little bit. Look at the main drain back valve, silicone main drain back valve. And I don't see no slits or tears in it, so that all looks good. Nice and flexible. Okay. Ooh, that's a wide gap. Right here's a seam. And this got a wire, well, I don't know if it's a wire or it's a screen backing. It has a screen backing. I'll put the number of pleats up on the screen. Okay, I don't see no excess glue or anything. That's good. Okay, and this is a full synthetic media with a micron rating of 99% at 20 microns. Okay, bypass valve, and this has a setting of 11 to 17 psi. Got a nice little curve to it. Yeah, oil's got a nice color for being in there 2 years. Looks pretty clean. Not bad. Now let me get the width of this filter. Elements, let's see. We got 2. I'm just going to call it 2.5. 2.5 minus a 1/10 of an inch. Okay, so we'll compare it to this Fram filter. Oh, I gotta take my gloves off. At least one glove off because I don't want to get it all slopped up. Okay, this filter here, I know how many pleats it has. It has 40 pleats. Also full synthetic media. Get some slobbered glue on it though. It has a different micron rating. It says 99% for particles greater than 20 microns, whereas the Amsoil says at 20 microns. Just a play of words, I think, but it's probably the same thing. It also has a little excess glue around here. Let's look at the bypass valves. This one also has setting, same setting, 11 to 17 psi. So you can see these are both same kind of bypass valves, identical. And let's look at the base plate. I'll put the, you know what? Get the gaskets. I'll put the gasket thickness up on the screen. Fram says this is a perfect seal gasket. No stick gasket, probably ethylene acrylic. But since this one's used, the Amsoil is used, it could be a little flattened, so it might be a little thinner. Okay, you get to see these look identical. I'm going to read the writing on these afterwards and I'll see if they're the same, but they look identical. Identical anti-drain back valves. Base plates, they look identical also. Same amount of inlet holes, same size inlet holes, same amount of grooves. Yeah. Okay, and the filter element on this Fram Endurance is, yeah, same thing. So I'm going to call that same thing, 2.5 minus 1/10 of an inch. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure these are going to be identical filters. You got the louvers inside. Yeah, okay, so let me back. Oh, wait a minute. In the cans, I want to put I'll put the measurements of these cans up on the screen. They feel the same thickness. I'm squeezing them. Yeah, so I'll put both of these up on the screen. The only difference I see here is the color. Okay, so yeah, let me cut these open, stretch them out, and see what they look like. Be right back. Okay, here are the filters all stretched out. And the Amsoil filter is 57.5 inches long. The Fram filter is 54.5 inches long. Okay, let's get the thickness of this filter media. This is the Amsoil filter, 0.78 millimeters thick. Fram filter, 0.778 millimeters thick. Okay, here's the filtering side, the back side. And as you can see on this Amsoil filter, the back side is a lot cleaner looking than the front, the filtering side. And I gotta show you something about these filters. When I was taking the microscope picture, you can see like no light is coming through this Amsoil filter, but you can see the light. You see the light there coming through the Fram filter. So when I was taking the microscope pictures, I took the Fram filter from underneath. There was a light underneath, and with the Amsoil filter, I had to take it with the light shining on top. But there really isn't much on the surface you'll see some stuff on some certain carbon on the surface. Let's take a look at that picture. So as you can see, the Amsoil filter, it's dark. It's dark throughout. Let's see if I can get some of this off here. Yeah, you can see that it's dark inside. So the filter did a good job of filtering. Caught a lot of soot particles because it didn't really, you know, the backside's nice and clean, or pretty clean. So put those there. And also I want to mention that these both have a metal screen backing, magnetic. Okay, and this is the Amsoil and the Fram on the right. That's what they look like up close. Pretty much the same kind of screen. You can bend them and they stay. They hold their shape. And let's take a look at the Amsoil filter up close. So you can see it's really dark, but there's really not anything on the surface. It's mostly inside the filter itself. And these, I think these are, when the pleats are so close together, it doesn't let oil really go through. So it keeps it clean there. Oil really doesn't get filtered where the pleats are really stuck together. You see that there also, here, here, and here. A couple over here. But I think the filter did a pretty good job of filtering. I think they would both do a pretty equal job of filtering. Now let's take a look at the rest of the filter. So we already went over the bypass valves, the gaskets, and drain back. And I want to mention these. You know, they're pretty identical. The writing on them. There was just one writing that was different. I don't know if you could see some of that right here. AAXX, it's upside down, but so is this one. AAX. Upside down. But right here we got 2, 3, 5, whereas the Amsoil one was just 3, 2. But otherwise these guys are identical anti-drain back valves. And this is all the metal backing, screen backing that you get with this filter. Quite a bit of it. It's really strong stuff also. Now let's take a look at the louvers on these filters. I'll get the light. So the Amsoil, yeah, you can see those are lights coming right through there, no problem. Same thing with the Fram, lights coming through there, no problem. So those flutes are all opened up nice. And the cans, I want to mention on the Amsoil, it's nice and clean in here. I had this like this. But as you can see, I forgot to mention earlier that Chuck had a magnet on it from the outside. He had it on here. So you can see like a little bit of stuff that it caught. I'll get my finger in there. I mean, you can't even feel it. It's so small. But that's a good thing. That means it wasn't losing a lot of metal anywhere. And on the Fram filter, I forgot to mention the date code earlier. So right here's the date code 242664Y, product of USA. So the Fram was made in USA, and the Amsoil, product of Mexico. So besides having about 7 more square inches of filter media with the Amsoil filter, just because it had 2 extra pleats, I think these filters are identical. What do you guys think? And again, I want to thank Chuck for sending me these 2 oil filters. And I think I'll wrap this video up. And don't forget, Oil Filter Fridays. I open up an oil filter every Friday on this YouTube channel. So if you like this video, please hit that like button. Thanks for watching and take care.